What's going on, Cigar Club family? Welcome to another Cigar Club podcast. I'm your host, David Pugh, and joining me, as always, is none other than Griff Howie. Today, we're going to be talking about the first 2022 customs release Hayati, as well as talking about our top 3 most overrated cigars. But before we jump into that, Griff, what are you smoking?
Mr. Pugh, happy Friday.
Hayati?
It's the Hayati. Hey.
Love it. It's Friday, baby.
February
good way to start a Friday.
2022. I think these past couple months I've said 2021 every time I say the year. It's still not 2022 to me.
It's still 2 months have already gone by. Almost I don't know.
I know.
I mean, next week, birthday right around the corner. Oh,
when's that again?
I can't believe it. March 4th.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
First customs of 2022 coming in nice and hot. Hayati in honor of Mr. Dave Ember's newly born baby girl, Gemma.
Yes, his kind of blend to, I don't want to say to her, but in honor or celebration of his firstborn. But I see you're lit up into it. I'm really jealous of that. Where are we at?
It's really good. So this is the first time I've had this. Never had it. Clean palate. Have not had anything to eat today. I'm drinking coffee. It's really great. I mean, I just lit it about 2 minutes ago. But I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to taste some milk duds. I'm excited to... Cinnamon's always great. I love any...
If it's a Dave blend, you know there's going to be a touch of cinnamon.
You know there's always going to be cinnamon in there. I'm just excited. Creamy, cinnamon, milk dud goodness.
Yeah, I haven't smoked this since I was at La Isla... November of 2021. So I'm really curious to see how this holds up since I had it more or less fresh on the factory floor.
It's a great size,
but I remember from
too.
then, I love it. It's a 5 1/8 by 43 Petite Robusto.
This is
It's going to sport a...
Oh, good.
What you got?
No, I was just saying this is a Dave Ember freaking size.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I was holding it the other day, and it just feels... I don't know. It feels like a really good cigar to hold. But we've got an Ecuadorian Corojo 99 wrapper. What's really cool about this, and if you've got your customs already, you'll see this in the insider. This wrapper, Dave handpicked out when he was down at La Isla for his first visit. So super cool that not only was he able to blend this cigar, but he was actually able to hand select tobacco for it. I know that was something that he really wanted to do, and I know how much he loved Ecuadorian Corojo wrappers. But following that, that's going to be wrapped around a Nicaraguan jalapa binder. It's going to add a little bit of sweetness to that cigar, so that's probably where you're maybe getting some of that milk chocolate, milk duds, maybe even some sweet cream that I pick up on it. And then that's going to be Nicaraguan filler from Esteli, and then Dominican Piloto Cubano to make up that filler. So this cigar, I don't know, we've talked about it before. It just tastes like La Isla. When I pick up and smell this cigar, It reminds me of walking into the aging room with Ostos back in November. I can't wait to smoke it. I wish I was out there smoking right now. It's super windy and muggy out, so I wasn't able to join you. But I'm going to live vicariously through you as you smoke.
I would have done it anyway.
45 and 15-mile-an-hour winds. They want to be able to hear me.
We need to convert your back porch, put up some walls, and convert just to it could be freaking monsooning out there, and no one would know.
Yeah, is that in the budget? Subscribe, comment. We need
we'll make it work.
Build up Pew's backyard porch.
I've never, I can't say I've never, but this wrapper, and it doesn't bother me at all. But the veins on this wrapper, they're intense.
I think
they're intense.
So obviously, I only smoke this in the factory, but I'm willing to bet if you smoke this indoors in like a lounge, though that wrapper is going to hold on that ash super long. So you're going to have a good,
let's give it a test.
Lengthy ash. Go for the longest ash contest here. But once again, Hayati, the first 2022 customs release. This year, all of our customs are going to be coming out of La Isla from Hostos, as you know, good friend of ours. I've got my own blend. Griff has his own blend. We've got a lot of people working on different blends.
Quite the diverse group of blends, too.
None of these 6 cigars this year taste anything remotely similar, despite coming out of the same factory. They're all got different wrappers, binders, fillers, just completely different blends. And honestly, I think a lot of them reflect the person that had their hand involved in the blending process. I know your cigar in particular screams Griff.
Oh, it's gonna...
if you would have handed me this cigar and said, who blended this? I'd be like, Griff probably put this one together.
It's probably the powerhouse of the year. which it's in December, so that makes sense. But it doesn't.
Perfect.
I mean, it's just really, really good.
Yeah, it's not just strength. No. I'm really curious. So that one, Scott, obviously is going to age for a little bit longer. Curious to see, because I smoked that one fresh, and I was like, "Whoo, this is going to be good after a year."
Fresh would probably do a little damage.
Close to that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it was
all different vitolas, really all different strengths, all different profiles.
And I think it really highlights just how, despite it being one factory, doesn't mean that the blends are going to take the same. It really highlights how much diversity. The binders can change or the wrappers can change a cigar. And you'll probably see, I know there's some other Piloto Cubano in some of the other blends, and you may be able to pick that out as you smoke maybe this one next to one of the other blends that has it. So it's going to be really cool. Really excited for my particular blend and Griff's at the end of the year and all the others that come in between.
It's going to be a good year.
If you're not smoking high AT, go ahead and do so now. If you're not a Customs member, if you're on YouTube, there'll be a link below to sign up. But following up our top 3 underrated cigars, we're going to kick it off with top 3 overrated cigars.
We're going to
and I'll preface this by saying some of these, it doesn't mean that we're right or that we think, our opinion is better than others. These are just cigars that we maybe find that get maybe too much attention or too much hype, or that there are better cigars in that price point or anything like that. We're not poo-pooing on these cigars or brands.
But it was tough because on the underrated, I didn't really have any of them. I only showed like 1 or 2. On the overrated, I've got 3 lined up right here that have been sitting in there for a long time.
Yeah, it's
Why
funny.
is that?
I like that you actually had these cigars. I don't think. Yeah, I actually have 2 of the 3 on my list. I have 2 of the 3 on my list. So,
but it's just so funny. It's
like
to,
Gino.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll smoke them probably. Actually, I probably won't. I'll probably just give them away. Honestly.
I was about to say, I hold on to them, in case I'm going to the lake or something like that, where there are people I may not know, but I want to give them a cigar or have a cigar for them. I usually reach for those.
I think mine's going to start some controversy. I'm a little worried, but it's okay. It's my opinion. It's my opinion.
2 of mine will. 1 of mine, I think, will be universally agreed upon. And if you have one of these in your humidor, or the one that I'm particularly thinking of, I'll be
let us know,
sad
because I know there's people that die for these, but to me, it doesn't do it.
Yep, me too. Well, I'll start it off. This is going to be the least controversial on my list, and I'm just going to flat out blast the brand. And that's just because it's not for me. Doesn't mean it's a bad.
Do I like the brand?
No.
Even better.
I've got to go low-hanging fruit, Gurkha.
I
don't understand the attention that Gurkha gets, and maybe it's just they pump all their money in investing or marketing rather. I don't understand their price points. I don't understand the market, the demographic that they're going after. Is it just people maybe who don't necessarily smoke cigars, but they see $100 price tag, so it's coming across as maybe prestigious, like, oh, I'm smoking a $100 price point cigar. And then I think they have like a $10,000 or $1 million cigar or something like that. I don't get it, but
it's all
I think
ludicrous.
It's just really kind of like marketing, essentially. But I don't think too many people would disagree with that, especially if you've started to get into more boutique brands. I don't know. Have you ever had a Gurkha? I think I've smoked one when I first started.
I can't, and I even if I found one for $50, I probably wouldn't, just because.
I don't know. If someone handed me a Gurkha,
if someone gave it to me, I would obviously smoke it.
I don't know. I would be curious though.
But I can't even say I mean.
We do a blind. One of them's a Gurkha, and we have to figure out which one it is, and then we both fail, and then we're like, well.
I mean, I'd love to have a blind and a Gurkha really cool in there and see where it lands.
I don't know.
Because, again, I could completely flip.
Like I've said, I always try everything twice, because the first time you try it, you've got that unknown or inherent bias, potentially. But I think, I can't imagine they taste like trash, but I feel like they probably can't be overly complex and just kind of taste like tobacco. I don't know. But that's where I start off with. I think there's better cigars in all of their price points that they offer.
So that's least controversial. Controversial.
I don't think there are going to be too many people that disagree.
So I'll start out with least controversial then. Let me just preface this because I'm a little worried here. A couple of these brands on my list we've carried, and I love them, but the particular line is not my thing. Line, expression, what do we want to call them? Also, I'm really.
I'm
like,
telling you, that
focused on
ash
this
is gorgeous.
ash. It's gonna. I'm wearing shorts. It's gonna drop on my
Would've been
thigh
the
here in a
first time.
second. Have you ever had an ash
Yes.
drop on your thigh?
Yeah.
It sucks. All right. So I think you'll agree with me on this one. A little worried, but love the line. Smoked 3 cigars from this brand this week. This one is probably the least of my liking, and that is the Warped Skyflower Lancero. I've smoked this. We got it. We carried them. We carried them boxes of 10s when they released last year. I've smoked it 3 or 4 times because I wanted to like it. Every single one did not hit the mark.
I've got a box of those.
It's too squishy. Had problems keeping it lit. Burn problems. If this was in another size, maybe. I just don't. It's not for me.
I think I've smoked 2 out of the box that I have, and I
All right, this is scaring me. I'm gonna ash.
well, before he ashed, it was holding
I
up
was
really
wearing
good.
jeans and be more protected.
I know.
I
don't disagree with you on that cigar. I've smoked. I was a huge fan of the original Skyflower release. I'm a huge fan of every Skyflower release, and I really
And I'm a pretty big fan of Warped.
huge fan of Warped.
And I still am.
Yeah.
This doesn't say I'm not.
I wanted to like that cigar because it was a Lancero, and it just
Likewise.
I don't know. Maybe the Medio Tempo doesn't do any justice in that Vitola. Have you?
I mean, the band is beautiful, typical Warped style. Like, it's a gorgeous cigar, but there's tons of soft spots. It just isn't.
You have to just constantly relight that one the entire time you're smoking it.
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, I'm sitting on them.
I'm squishing them right now, and it's like sponge versus non-sponge.
Non-sponge. I want to know if I don't know. They've been sitting in there 2 years now, or almost a year and a half. Maybe over time,
This has 2.
They'll be good. They'll be
I
better.
know. So I'm going to keep it, and we'll try again. But I smoked, as you know, Nicotina yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
No, 2 days ago. And then before that, I smoked Companion. Nicotina is Companion's great. Nicotina is phenomenal.
I love Companion. I'm gonna have to smoke Nicotina
Really,
this weekend.
really excited. And I thought Companion was going to be more, which in theory, on paper, it's more in my wheelhouse. But
Yeah,
but Nicotina was just
it's
different.
gorgeous.
Oh, it was
I
good.
love the black and white.
I don't love
band.
the name.
The name.
I don't love the name. The band is beautiful.
And that wrapper.
The name is
The wrapper on the Nicotina is absolutely stunning. It reminds me of like a little darker Colmena.
yeah,
It's almost flawless.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah. So I mean, Bits of Havana, GR88, Corto's obviously one of my new faves. Love the brand. Warped Skyflower.
Just the Lancero. I think that's a perfect distinction. Is that
Well,
okay. Well, I'll agree with you, the Lancero. I wonder if I dry box it, if that would help. I don't know if I don't think it's a humidification issue, but I think it's just the Vitola wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be, but we still love Warped, and I still love the Skyflower line. All right, well, I'm going to bring it in hot.
a little more controversial. I cannot say that word.
Controversial.
Can we just use a
I
different
got you.
word?
Yeah, just make one up.
Controversial.
Pull up the thesaurus real
Controversial.
quick and get a new one. So, this cigar in particular, I would say, got me when I first started smoking cigars. This cigar wasn't around. I couldn't find it at any of my local brick and mortars, but I'd see people on Reddit and Instagram posting. It was gorgeous, dark, oily wrapper. You know, they'd up the contrast on it so it'd look super toothy. And that's going to be the Drew Estate Liga lines.
Holy crap, we're getting very interesting here just with that name.
So
This is going to get very interesting.
I smoked
Continue.
the H99 a week and a half ago at a Drew Estate event. Great cigar. I don't hate the line. I love the Liga T52. It reminds me
52 is fine.
It reminds me of like sweet tea. I think my issue is they aren't as good as the original line. The original release of the Liga Privados. I think they were phenomenal the first time I had them, and then over the years, it felt like maybe they grew past what they could easily produce, and so the quality dropped a little bit. It just the flavor profile wasn't what it used
hefty
to
price
be.
tag.
It's a hefty price tag.
Things like $14.
They're not, at least around me, they're not easy to find. I have to travel to go find them. I will smoke them all day. It's not something that I won't smoke, and I've heard that they smoke better fresher than if you let them
I
age.
have heard that too.
So that could be my
I've
problem.
got some in there that have been sitting for a while that maybe they're just getting worse, but I heard the same exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of them that I have are like 6 or 7 months old, if not more than that. So it could be that I'm just sitting on them for too long once I acquire them. But for me, I felt and maybe it's just my palate changing, right? Like I was so hyped to find them when I first started smoking cigars, and then when I was able to get my hands on them, enjoyed them. Now I can get them when I want to, in the sense of, it's a 30-minute drive to go pick up a Liga. Maybe that kind of infatuation with it has dropped off, and therefore it's not hitting as it used to.
I will say on the Liga line, the bands are just phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the whole stick really just looks beautiful.
It is. They're gorgeous, and I love. They've got like the Flying Pig line.
I haven't had that one either.
They've got their like Feral Flying Pig. They've got a lot of really cool Vitolas and sizes for it, and I think just the Toro size. Like I've smoked like the double Toro, which was like double Churchill size.
Double Churchill.
Yeah. I mean, they're all good. Don't get me wrong. It's just maybe they've fallen off a little bit for me, and I think for a $16 cigar, I'd reach elsewhere if I was buying it off the shelf.
Yeah, I agree 100%. T52 is fine. I'd smoke it if I had it. I've given a lot of them away.
Yeah,
I gave one to my brother's wife's father. If you followed that one. My brother's father-in-law, basically. And I like giving them because it's a beautiful stick. Everyone usually knows the name.
People think there's going to be a little bit more kick to it as well. It's not super heavy in strength despite that super dark, oily wrapper. I mean, I think it sits maybe medium. Sometimes we'll push into medium plus, but never go full unless you're maybe chiefing it down in 30 minutes.
Very interesting you said the Drew Estate Liga line.
Uh-oh.
Very, very. It's not on my list.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I steal number 2 for you? Quick fill in.
We're in the same ballpark.
Okay. Trying to get a sneak.
And I think you're gonna push back on this one a little bit. Maybe not, but we're gonna stick with Drew Estate, which is very interesting. I don't know P's list, and he doesn't know mine.
Yeah, we don't know.
But I got the Herrera Esteli Miami.
Oh,
I know.
A Willy blend.
I know.
A Willy blend.
Me, as much as I really wanted to love this, we smoked. So it was probably 2 Junes ago. So a year and a half ago, June or July, when we did a Drew Estate box takeover. So if anybody has been with us for over a year and a half, we did a Drew Estate, and some of you got the Liga T52. We had the Miami. We had the Undercrown. Jeff, Dave, and I smoked this. We all smoked this after we packed those boxes. And maybe it was just the box we got, but it did not hit. It was a miss for all 3 of us.
Damn. Is that
I smoked it.
Like,
I smoked
box
it.
Press?
No, it's just Lonsdale.
Gotcha.
Lonsdale Deluxe, excuse me. Bastard. I've smoked it since. And again, like I want to give them 2 or 3 chances, but it just didn't. It was like smoking tobacco, which is weird to say, but you know what I mean. Like, for my palate, it wasn't anything special.
I get it. I mean, it's
a great looking cigar. The colors are cool. I mean, bands are always cool, but I mean, shit, Hayate's freaking roasting it right now.
It's not what's the word I'm looking for? It's not going to carve any new paths. Not to quote Crownheads, but
correct.
It's a neutral cigar in the sense of it's pretty maybe 2-dimensional. It's a good everyday stick, I think. For the price point, I think it's maybe $8 or $9. I haven't checked on that price point in a while.
Yeah,
I've smoked a lot of that cigar, and whether it be the Miami line, whether it be the Miami line or just any of the other iterations or versions of it, I always enjoy it when I pick it up. But I go into it not expecting Davidoff or Padron, or that's not probably the best comparison.
Again, maybe it's just me. Well, obviously,
no,
it's
for
just
sure.
me.
And that's the beauty of all this, right? Like, so these are underrated or overrated cigars in our opinion, but there's going to be some disagreements because it's all just based off your palate.
And I'm not doing overrated just based on price. Like I would buy, if that was a solid cigar, I'd buy it all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I gave you 3 Connecticut's, you'd probably say they're all overrated because you're a more full-bodied cigar person. So none of these answers are correct. It's just our opinion. But no, I enjoy the Miami line.
Us.
Yeah, don't hate us. Don't hit that thumbs down. Thumbs up. Yeah.
It still counts. We'll take either.
No, I think that's a good. I mean, that's interesting. I don't think I would have thought.
I want to smoke more. Like Underground's fine. Again, it's a great everyday stick. I mean, it's interesting you say that because a lot of their cigars could just be everyday sticks, but it's just not exciting for me. Like,
yeah, outside the legal line, they have a lot of good, affordable cigars that if you wanted to buy a box and smoke it every day, you could do so and not feel guilty or break the bank in any sort.
It's been easily 5 or 6 months, probably a little bit more than that since I've had it. So maybe the next week or so, I'll give it another whirl and
be curious. Next time you're out, if you find one sitting out like at a humidor, you should pick one up to see if it maybe was that box.
I mean, it's interesting that the 3 of us did not care for it.
Yeah, you figured at least one of you would have enjoyed it at that point.
And so, I don't know. Maybe it was just a one-off thing.
All right. Well, if you thought my last overrated cigar was controversial, this one is going to certainly.
Do I like it? Do I know it?
You know it. I don't think you enjoy them particularly, so good. You'll probably agree. And this is to say, I love these cigars. I'm going to preface everything. I have a box of these cigars. I want a little bit more innovation from this brand. I want a little bit more pizzazz for what they offer. Any guesses?
Have we carried it?
No.
Never. Have we carried the brand?
No.
Oh well, shit.
I'm going for the full brand. Sorry, not a particular line. They've won probably the most accolades and awards than any other cigar brand.
I'm thinking it could be my number 3.
Ooh.
Does it start with a P?
It does.
Holy shit!
Coming in,
we could have the
3,
same. We could have the same freaking cigar.
I think. Well, I don't want to say shitting, but I'm going to cover the whole brand. For me, it's going to be Padron.
So you don't have a particular line?
Nope, just the entire Padron family.
Holy testicle Tuesdays.
I have a box of the 1964 Naturals, which is, I think I gave you that cigar. So
oh my god, I think you did.
Yeah, but I gave it to you in Mobile.
I think you did because I've bought a couple because I actually don't know why. I think we bought them.
Yeah, that was my thanks for hiring me gift.
I love the cigar pew. It's
great,
phenomenal.
I mean, here I am. But surprisingly, like that cigar just won number 1 cigar.
No, it's all BS.
Aficionado.
I'm so freaking tired of it.
It is.
I'm so freaking. And if you didn't give this to me, I would have thrown it in the garden.
I'm glad you didn't. I think you should still smoke it. They're good cigars. The price point is too pricey for me, and I just want a little bit more innovation from them. I get they're this like
staple
brand. They certainly know what they're doing. They certainly have the winning recipe, the winning formula.
But do they? Yeah,
they do. Because they make hand over fist. They own everything that they produce.
Ugh.
They are one of the top 3 probably cigar brands when people think of premium cigars, like high-end premium cigars. So I don't think they're doing anything wrong, but for me, I love seeing the innovation that you get from Crown Heads or point at it. Just
Ramsey,
don't toss
can you put
it.
an X? Can you put a big X on this right now? Exit.
Put up the Family Feud X when they get it wrong noise.
Try again. Exit. Thank you. Yeah,
I just want a little bit
funny. We had
different
2 of the same brands on our list.
Yeah. I think that's actually pretty cool.
I promise you, if you had not given this to me, I would have thrown it in the rocks.
Solo stove it?
Or solo stove it.
I'm glad you didn't. You can give it to a friend.
That always makes me feel good when you're smoking a cigar and it sucks. You just toss it in the fire, toss it in the street. Let an 18-wheeler run it over.
I have more cigars than I can smoke, and yet I'm still hesitant on putting something down.
Oh, no, it's easy.
I can't. No,
once you do it once,
I've been doing it long enough.
Once you do it once, you'll be converted.
I don't have the cool solo stove to watch it burn.
No, it doesn't even have to be a solo stove. Just chuck it in the street and it'll go down the drain. There is a sense of like and I don't mean it like because someone literally hand rolled it. Like I know someone spent a lot of time on it, but if I don't like it, I'm not going to smoke it.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not going to waste your time if you're
throwing it in the
giving
street.
Yourself an hour or something.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope you don't throw mine and hope you don't throw that one in the street. But,
thanks for the reminder because I was getting close to just for the camera.
Just hucking it. Huck one of the other ones.
You
That's
know,
fine.
and another problem is if it was in cellophane, it probably would have been fine. But they don't put their stupid crap in cellophane, so.
Yep. But
we'll probably get a lot of hate on this, and that's completely fine. I promise you.
No,
we'll
absolutely.
Still be
and like
friends.
I said, I would smoke a Padron every single day of the week if I could. If I had unlimited supply of Padrones, I wouldn't be upset. Strength probably be a little much, smoking that cigar every single day, but I don't know. I haven't been blown away by any of their offerings. Maybe some of their more higher ends, like the 90th ones, the ones that start to push in the $30, $40 range are just mind-blowingly fantastic and worth every penny.
Nope.
I haven't smoked them, but the Padron that I have smoked, I just want a little bit more a little bit more variety, pizzazz,
spunkiness.
Yeah,
a little more oomph,
innovation. Yeah,
innovation.
I love that you have that on there.
Creativity.
2 of the 3, and we didn't discuss anything about it.
I know that is actually surprising. Of all the brands in the industry, 2 out of 3 is pretty strong.
It is.
What was your first one?
And,
Gurkha. Yeah. If you had to do a number 4,
it was a softball.
It was. If you had to do a number 4 to replace number 1,
God,
even maybe something we've carried that I like, you don't like. Is there anything coming to mind?
I've smoked this once, so I can't be.
Was it recent?
Too sure of it, but no, it was maybe 3 years ago. The Tatuaje, was it the red? It was either the red or the black label.
Black is okay. It's fine.
I think it was the red.
If that was the only thing I could buy in a cigar shop, I'd buy it.
Yeah, the Havana 6.
I'd had that one.
Just I don't know. It was, the little red label. If I had to, that'd be it. And I love Tatuaje, but that one just, I don't know, didn't hit. Maybe it was the cigar. Like I said, I've only smoked it once. I haven't picked it up since. So
what has been a cigar that
one.
we've carried in the past 3 or 4 months that you
you're gonna make me
maybe that was overrated? I don't want to say this. What was a cigar that we've carried in the past 3 or 4 months that you were looking forward to? Maybe that you hadn't had, and you tried it and it was okay.
Trying to get the hot take out of me, and I don't appreciate this.
I'm just curious because we smoke a lot of cigars month over month, and there's always a lot of hype. And we usually love everything we send. But is there, and this isn't like a loaded question, I'm just genuinely curious if there's...
It feels like it because I wasn't prepped for this.
I know.
It's tough. I think, okay, I've got it. I've got it. For me, it did not hit the mark as much as I expected it to, would be the Casa Cuevas Patrimonial.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. I know your thoughts on that. When Dave and I had it, we were at TPE, so I think you could smoke the crappiest cigar on earth at TPE. I mean, and shit, that could have been our 9th or 10th cigar for the day, and we were just so excited about it. I smoked it several times after, and it was good, but I will admit I think I overhyped it a little bit coming out of TPE.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad cigar by any means. I think I don't know. Maybe it's when I smoked it, where I smoked it. I remember smoking that in the pool, so maybe that's the reason why.
Well,
we were a couple beers in and a couple cigars in at that point. But it wasn't. I expected a little bit more. I think I maybe wanted a little bit more creaminess with how gorgeous that wrapper was, and the white band on it. To me, I was like, all right, this is going to be a cream heaven, just like fatty whole milk.
Yeah.
Just to get you really excited.
Ooh, I love whole milk.
And just wasn't as creamy as I'd liked it to be. And I think maybe that's where my expectations caused me to find out, or think that it wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Are you a whole milk guy?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, really? I used to be. I'm 2% now.
I used to be, in high school, I used to be skim.
Oh, my God. I think I would honestly throw up if I had skim milk.
And then...
It's like 90% water.
Yeah. I was 2%, then I went skim, then I went back to 2% in college, and then it's whole milk now.
I was a massive whole milk guy growing up. Cereal every night. Just thick, lubbing the whole milk in there. And I think probably when I started dating Meg, she converted me to 2%. Then she converted me from like the cheapest milk you can buy on the shelf to Horizon. If you don't drink Horizon milk,
well, you drink milk
you're not drinking
nightly.
milk. I drink a massive tumbler every night.
Yeah. See, I don't.
Which is weird to some,
The only reason
I'm a big milk guy.
Yeah, I grew up having to finish my glass of milk with dinner before I get out of the table.
That's the thing. I never drank milk with dinner. Like we weren't even.
Never broken a bone.
We like growing up, we had sweet tea. Our options were sweet tea and like. I mean, I could have probably had a Diet Coke or something, but every meal growing up, we had tea or water. But when I went to my buddy's house to eat, he always had milk. I'm like, and he was like, "Dude, you're in high school. Like, why are you still drinking milk at dinner? It's weird."
Yeah.
But now I drink milk every night before I go to bed.
The only reason we ever have milk, if we have milk because we're either cooking with it or baking with it, we don't ever have it on hand.
Interesting.
I don't eat cereal or anything like that, but I love milk whenever we do have it, or like, because I'll use it to make, if we have leftover milk, I'll make like a latte or something like that.
But yeah, I'm a big 2%er. It's better for you than whole milk, so maybe. I'm not saying.
Give me the fat, baby.
I'm not saying you're.
I'm down with the thickness.
That's very interesting. No, I get your thoughts on Patrimonio and how you would think it would just be this massive milk dud /
But I do say I love that wrapper. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love that they went. I love that they went the white band with it, the white and gold, to match it rather than contrast that white wrapper, because it just makes it look even yellower than, or light yellow than it already is.
No, I agree. That's a solid choice.
I'm going to throw it back at you if you're going to put me on the spot.
No, you can't. It doesn't work that way. Co-host.
It does.
Co-host gets to ask the questions.
Okay.
I don't really. I don't know what we've been even shipping, which sounds horrible because it just all kind of runs in my head with other stuff that I'm smoking and stuff we're wanting to include in future boxes, like Companion and Nicotina.
Yeah, smoking, something 5 months down the road to see if we want to put it in. It does all kind of run together. I get that.
Honestly, everything this past month, I want to smoke Companion again. It was good. There's a lot of hype around it again. I want to smoke it again.
I think you went into it expecting it to be better than Corto, and so maybe that.
Or I was comparing it to Corto, or like.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's the Dominican version of Corto.
Right.
It's not to beat Corto. It's and maybe that's not even Kyle's take on it. To me, that's the take on it. The size of it. I think that's only the second cigar that he's done with a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, if memory serves. I have to look that up. Let me tell you that.
What would be first?
I'm looking it up.
Black Honey.
Well, I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read, is that it's the second one that he's done a Mexican San Andreas wrapper on, but don't quote me.
Great size.
But anywho, it's a great
beautiful
size.
Band, it's all par for the course.
Yep. And I'd still love it with coffee.
I'll smoke it again for sure, and I'll smoke it. I can't remember. I think it was towards the afternoon. But I'll smoke it again, different setting, and it was good. It was good.
That cigar goes really well with a meal. So I'm not one who normally enjoys having a cigar with a meal because it usually takes away from the meal. But that cigar can hold up to like a hearty steak or a hearty, full meal. That can go right alongside with it if you have a cigar with your meal.
Interesting.
Yes. So this is the
wow
second one. I think he did it for like a warped Oso Mama or something like that. Was the other time he used a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. So really cool.
I love the wrapper.
I really want you to smoke that again.
Wrapper.
Great size. I love the band on it too. I don't know. He just always has gorgeous bands. He has really good. Any of the projects that he's involved in, from his wine to private labels to the dropped offerings, really does a good job on the artwork. And really hammers it home.
Overrated cigars.
So give us a final update now that you're in halfway plus.
This could be an everyday smoke easily. I could smoke. I could actually just light it up again, which I got 4 more. I won't do that, but phenomenal cigar. I love the size. How long have we been on it? And I'm maybe halfway.
40,
so
45
long smoke,
minutes, maybe?
Actually, than you would think.
And that one, our suggested pairing of that one is Eagle Rare. I know you're not drinking Eagle Rare right now, but It's
I could
way
see
early.
Eagle Rare going really, really well with this. Eagle Rare is a whole other topic of conversation.
For sure.
I'll
for
drink
sure.
it because I have it, but I'm certainly not going to pay. It's just another can of worms.
Well, that could be another podcast, overrated
Yeah.
bourbons or underrated bourbons, or maybe
Yeah.
both. But no, I think Eagle Rare really highlights that cigar. It's a neutral bourbon. It's not over or too high of a
Yeah.
proof, or I think it's 80 proof. I don't have a lot
90, 90.
but I think it's 80 proof. 90?
I'm pretty sure. Golly, I should know, but
Well,
something
Well,
along that.
80 or 90
Too low
proof.
for me, but
not too, and most people, it's a Buffalo Trace product, but most people can find it. So that's the pairing we went with. I think it really highlights the cigar. It allows the cigar to shine while pulling out some of those more cinnamony notes that can be found in it, and complements
Yeah.
it really well.
next time I smoke it, which maybe tonight, my in-laws are coming in tonight, and it should be a little cold, so maybe light up the fire. I would smoke this again easily tonight with Eagle Rare.
Well, I'm hoping to light it up myself this weekend. This weather is supposed to pass, and I'm supposed to get at least moderately warm
Get out
weather. We'll see.
Get out there and light something up.
We'll get out, get it lighted up. I got a bunch of cigars on deck, a lot of cool featured or potentially future cigars to smoke, so I'm going to be smoking through those.
Hey.
I smoked a couple custom cigars from that are going to come out later this year, just making sure they've done well out of the factory. And one of them was phenomenal. And I don't want to give anything away, but really excited for some of these upcoming releases. So
I'm feeling
Final
pretty
thoughts?
generous today. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day. Like, comment something on this video. We'll pick it and we'll send you a nice ashtray and lighter.
love it. So YouTube, if you're listening to outside of YouTube, go on to YouTube. You can
Agree,
find us, Cigar Club
disagree,
Podcast
tell us we're
on
dumb.
the Cigar Club channel.
Whatever.
Yep.
And whatever fascinates me the most, we'll get a lighter and an ashtray out to you whenever
it.
this drops.
Love it. So like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Below you'll find a sign up for customs if you're not a customs member. You'll also find our Discord channel where we are constantly talking. We've got channels to talk about bourbon, pairings, what you're smoking. We have a live 24/7 smoke channel that you can hop in and out of whenever you want to. We've also been doing exclusive kind of virtual herfs. So join us if you're not below. Once again, that link is below to the Discord. Any final closing thoughts?
Hope you have a great, phenomenal weekend. Stay safe, be kind, and smoke something good, damn it.